Good evening, good evening, good evening. Come into the J Spot, replacing your G Spot every Thursday from 6 to 7, giving you real relationship talk, real relationship drama with the best night. Life. Your host Jaye and Simply E, hold on, get ready to enter the J Spot on Intellectual Radio.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo!
I was a little late, but we made it.
You have entered the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station.
Yes.
I'm your host, Jaye.
Woo-hoo.
And sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, Simply actress, businesswoman, playwright, sex kid. Hey, E, how you doing?
I feel great.
Besides the obvious, how are you?
Great.
How's life treating you?
Wonderful.
I see. Real wonderful.
Yes.
Real out there wonderful.
Out there.
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it? He
Yes,
said he
listen,
would.
I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor. Go to our page and like our page at the
J Spot.
Also follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled
Jaye.
For all three. Tonight's episode is being brought to you by 2 Level Up LLC. They are our sponsor for tonight. They are a 2-bedroom condo right here in Chicago, right next to the United Center. Wait a minute, Lord. I like that. Y'all see how I get catered to sometimes.
Let me cater to you.
Okay, right next to the United Center, right here in Chicago. Go to their page, 2 Level Up LLC. Will have their link posted in the comments. Use reference code J, and that's Jaye. Brought to you by Delaware Inc. He has his nice fall line out, his nice long hoodies and long sleeve t-shirts. So do me a favor, go to his page as well, Delaware Inc. Place your order today. Use reference code J. That's Jaye. Guys, listen, let me say something, okay? They say that kids say the darndest things. They say and do the darndest thing. Now, I don't know how am I going to do that.
You can't do.
You
can't do too.
Can I put this one over there? This ain't long enough. Well, okay, first I got to tell them about this, the kids saying the darndest. Wait a minute. So, I like it. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. I like this. See, you like that? See, I like that old dirty bastard. Ooh, I like it raw. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Wait a minute. Okay, so I'll come back to my story about the little kids, because that just reminded me of a hot topic that we have. So, yes, they're saying, so at what point in the relationship, now you all, this is about to get real nasty. At what point in the relationship At what point in the relationship does the condoms come off? That's what we're talking about right now. You all heard me. At what point, not in the marriage, but in the relationship, at what point in the relationship should the usage of condoms, should that no longer be an issue? Like, we like, okay, listen, we finna get it in. We about to do it wrong. At what point in the relationship are you all comfortable enough to say, you know what? Listen, we've been at this for quite some time. I don't think that we need these anymore. At what point does that conversation come up? In your opinion, at what point is that conversation? Do you have that conversation in a relationship?
It depends on the person that you're with. Some people will say, well, you should, at least do it a year or so. It depends on that individual. If you don't feel, it, I don't want to say you don't feel safe or whatever, but I mean, it all depends on whatever you and this individual are doing and stuff. I don't think it's based upon a time frame, a number, or a set number.
Now, see, you know what? I'm on the fence about that, and the reason why I'm on the fence about that is because we're always talking about, is she trapping him? She trying to trap him. He don't want no kids. They all this and that. Nobody wants kids, but we want to have sex raw.
This feels
We
great.
we don't want the kids. We don't want the responsibility. But what happens? We're having a conversation. So it's like, is it safe to say that, okay, listen, we're agreeing that we're not going to use condoms as a means of birth control. So now if you come up with an oops baby, listen, I don't want no rocks in your jaws. I don't want any of that, because we're both consciously making that decision to stop using protection. So therefore, all these, she's trapping me for child support. How is she trapping you when you said, listen, make up your mind, make it make sense? I don't understand. Like, how you want raw sex, but then you don't want the kid.
But see, I'm not having any more babies. I'm fixed.
But for those that are not fixed, and that's not an option, and then listen, 30 plus. Let's just be honest. Okay, the older she gets, you can't be hollering, pop these birth control pills and all this and that, because now that's causing other health problems.
If you screaming pop that coochie, you could be screaming pop these birth control pills.
No, because the older need any protection. We don't need any barriers. Let's just go ahead and do this. Let's just do it without any barriers. I want to get closer to you. I don't understand how you're not close with the condom on, but okay, that's just me.
Because you're not close with the condom on.
How come? You better use your imagination. Baby. That's you. That's That's what you're supposed to be doing.
Do the face for it again.
Baby. That's what you're supposed to be doing right there. Like, you just have to act like it ain't no condom on, or whatever it is you got to do. All I'm saying is, if this is an issue, let's stop talking. I'm tired. Let's just put the rest. She got pregnant on me, or she trapped me. She knew I didn't want no kids, but y'all trying to take the condoms off. So if she get pregnant, then guess what? You all are just gonna have a baby, because you can't have it both ways. You can't have nice, juicy, raw sex, but then don't want no kids. No, you can't. Listen, unless somebody is fixed in the bunch, then it's definitely, I'm going to say this, it's frowned upon.
It may be frowned upon, but the only one that's frowning is the one that are not getting none.
It's
because in that moment, you and that other person is smiling. Sometimes y'all making frowns, because frowns is real when you having sex.
It's frowned. Listen,
you're smiling when you get to that wonderful ending. Oh, praise is what we do.
It is frowned upon to have unprotected sex. We as a society have to frown upon it. You know
why?
Because again, I'm sick of these comments about she can have all these baby daddies, but she can't have a husband. She can't. It's because y'all having these conversations and y'all ready to pull a condom off, but you don't want to stick around. You can't have it both ways. It just does not work like that. So somebody please help me and get me right. Help me to understand, why are we talking about not having sex with condoms, but yet we don't want to have kids? Especially, listen, 30 plus, listen.
Then you should, if you 30 plus,
you already know what's going on.
If you 30 plus, then you know how to have sex without the condom and not have children. It's really easy. You should have figured this one out by now.
You would think they do, but have you seen these old babies walking around? Have you seen these old?
And then the frown comes in.
Have you seen these old 13-month-olds looking like they 27? Listen, y'all better keep them condoms on 30 plus. Your womb is, listen. Your womb I got old. Listen, listen. Shout out to, listen, all the one. I'm not saying that all your babies may come out being old, but the older, listen, we got to be honest about things. The older a woman gets, and don't act like it's just her, because when he shoot his old dusty sperm up in there, and it's more dust particles than it's liquid, that contributes to the baby being old.
They're gonna fact check you, and they're gonna be like,
that contributes to the baby looking old too. So it's not just that it's sitting in the old dusty womb, but then now, like I say, instead of the little liquid that was left of his bodily fluids, now it's dust. You up in there, it's like it's like baby.
You know what?
And then you wondering why your baby come out looking all mad and frowning at the world. First of all, that sperm had to do a lot of work to fertilize that old sperm had to do a lot of work to fertilize that old egg. So it's just, listen, I'm just saying. Now, look, for those that have waited, to decide to get their careers and stuff together before they go having kids, I'm not mad at you. I have nothing against it. But when we talking about taking these condoms off, all I'm saying is when you talking about taking condoms off, be prepared. Anything can happen. It's like once you make the decision to stop using condoms, anything goes. Anything can happen. It's not, and it ain't her fault. It's both of y'all fault, because if you both deciding to stop with the condoms, then you also need to have the conversation on, okay, so now if all that happens, what are we gonna do? And then you got to make sure both see. And even with talking about that, some people be like, I want no kids. Then you get pregnant. Then you looking at her like she finna go lay up on a chop shop. No sir. So listen, word of advice. Listen, just keep the condoms on. Let's just keep the condoms on, and then everybody happy. You ain't got to worry about nobody trying to trap you and all this other bull junkie. You ain't got to worry about your old sperm and her old egg coming together and making her old baby. You just don't have to worry about it. But guys, listen, we're going to take a short musical break. Hopefully we can get this situated, because I feel like I can't be animated with my hands like I typically am, because I don't want to have the responsibility of holding this thing like this. It's just not.
Really?
No, I don't want to have
Really?
that
Do that
responsibility.
again.
I don't want to have this type of responsibility.
Yeah.
You're listening to the Jaye Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families.
Masturbate. See, girl, you're a tall glass of water, kept at 31 degrees. My waist paralyzed by your need. My sweat begins to trickle, liquefying your solid essence. My 98 Fahrenheit rises as my oral fluids baptizes your body. Suddenly, you're the cool queen who turns into the hottie. Baby, you're
to the next level. And what is considered the next level? How is not using condoms? How is that the next level? Like, what is next level about that? Does that mean
breathing hard before it becomes creamy? Real hot, steamy. Baby, you're melting. Baby, you're melting like pineapple snowballs on a hot summer's day as I suck your juicy flavor and you refresh my flesh. Sending chills to my brain, a slight tinge of pain. You liquefy like humid air, turn to rain. Baby, you're melting. My thrust is accelerated. My back is agitated by your razor-sharp nails. Our body burns from the friction, so as we smoke, I inhale baby, you melt, baby, you melt, baby, you melt, baby, baby, you melt. You melted all over me like warm butter on hot toast. So I toast, holding my glass high. I propose a toast to you, the one who was so cool. When I looked at you, you made my eyelids turn blue. Like the ice that keeps my drinks cool, but no longer, 'cause baby, you melted.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. And sitting next to me, we have my co host, my partner in crime, Sizzling Sexy Simply E, author, actress, businesswoman, playwright, sex kitten. Hi, E. How are
This
you?
is not going to work for you. That's not going to work for you.
How are you?
It's just not going to work for you.
I am so glad to see you.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Also follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much to J Spot. Thank you, Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jay. Thank you, Grown and Sexy Conversations with the J Spot. Thank you, 30 and Up Doing Us, Tyson Smith, 180 Real Talk Chicago,
Black
the
Love
Real
and Passion.
MVPs, Pit Life, everybody, Marshall Commando, C4L. Thank you all, and everybody that supports us and participates with us. Guys, next month will be 6 years. 6 years. 6 years we have been vibing with one another. We have laughed. We have gotten mad. We have blocked each other and all kinds of craziness. And then you guys have unblocked. You figured out, after 2 years, like they're still there. Yeah, we're still here. Like and you come back. So we love you all near and far. We thank you so much for your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now listen, talking about support. These little kids, you all know that I have a little 7-year-old by another mother. Okay. So my little honey, that's just a nice word to call it. That my little honey, she might be listening in. Hey, my little honey. Hey, Sutton. I got to say her name. She say Sutton Spot, so I got to say her name. So we were having a little moment. So yesterday, we just kicking it everything at the house. She chilling in her little t-shirt and her panties. I'm chilling in my t-shirt and my panties, and we just having a good time. And then she says, "Auntie, you need to put some clothes on. Your booty inappropriate." I said, "My booty inappropriate?" I'm like, "Your booty inappropriate." She's like, "You trying to have your booty out like that? It's not supposed to be out like that. Look how it moves." I said, "Look at how your booty moves." So I just felt judged and attacked because she can have her little tutti frutti out, and I ain't say nothing to her. But she's sitting up here, and she's like, "Well, it's inappropriate. You shouldn't be walking around like that because that's not setting a good example." I said, first of all, you with this 7 years old. First of all, she had already blew me out the water with inappropriate. And then the second is like, "That's not being a good example." I'm like, okay, first of all, what is your teacher's name? Who is teaching you all of these words? She was like, "Auntie, I'm paying attention in school." I'm like, okay, you know what? biological mother. Hey, come on now, because this one right here, what's wrong, Auntie? I'm like, nothing, nothing. She's like, are you getting upset? No, I'm not getting upset. Are you cover your inappropriate booty? No, are you gonna cover your inappropriate booty?
Are you gonna cover your inappropriate booty?
Yeah, she told me it was very inappropriate. So you all, you gotta love them. That's all. You just gotta love them. And I'm
Shouldn't
just
be
like, you know
inappropriate.
what? Right. And I was trying to figure out what made my booty inappropriate, but hers, she didn't consider hers inappropriate.
She absolutely. It's just inappropriate.
So we gonna listen. Shout out to my little honey, and we both got. I told her we both got inappropriate booties. If mine is inappropriate, then yours is too. Speaking of inappropriate, when a man leaves you alone in his house, what do you do? Are you inappropriately snooping through his things? Or are you just taking a high road and you just chilling? Like, it ain't nothing, he leave you in the house. Listen, you can trust me. I'm not looking for nothing. And people always say, you go looking for something, you're gonna find it. No, I don't like that saying, because if you really think about that saying, it doesn't make sense. You can't find anything that does not exist. That's the first point. Like, you can't find anything that does not exist. Well, what do? A man leaves you in his home. Do you snoop, or do you just chill and you know what? I'm not looking for nothing. Like, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. How do you handle those situations?
Back in the day, I used to snoop. I mean, everything is real. I used to be over there snooping and just seeing what was going on, and if he had this or if he, I remember one dude I was at his house, and I had went through his his bathroom medicine cabinet, and he was older and I was younger, and he had suppositories. I'll never forget. And I was like, why would a man have suppositories? He probably had hemorrhoids. Now being older, I get but I'm like,
oh, he must have had them bad.
I don't know, because I was being nosy. I was like, oh, okay. Went through his refrigerator. I always got to check out the refrigerator, see what they eat and stuff. And, I don't look through the drawers though. I don't do that.
So so shameless. So back in the day, like, I had it bad. I will say I had it bad. Like, back in the day, like, there was a guy, but I really didn't consider it snooping because I helped him move in. So, like, I really didn't consider it snooping or whatever. So as we're unpacking his things, I'm just like, you asked me to unpack. So I'm looking, as I'm unpacking. So, I'm just like, so I'm seeing things that I'm like, okay, well, what is this? Like, all of this. So I'm just like, so I'm making because now curiosity has me. So I have to, absolutely, I gotta know what this is. So he was in another room unpacking stuff, and I was like unpacking in another room. So I made sure all the things that I had questions about, I made sure that those were the last things. So when he came in there, I'll just handed him this. So what do you want me to do with this? What do you want me to do? And he looked at him and looked, and just the flush that came over his face, I'm just like, okay. So that just put me on guard about a couple of
things.
So one of them was, first of all, none of the bills were in his name. Like, they were in a female's name. So I'm just like, okay. And then he had like all of these sentimental I love you cards, like birthday cards and sweetest day cards, and just all of these cards. And I'm just like, okay. And it was just from, I looked, so it was from the same person. So I'm just like, okay, why are you holding on to these, to these same cards? He didn't have any kids. They didn't have any kids together. So I'm just like, okay, so, so just, it was ammunition in the back of my mind. So when things really came
you could
full
just
circle.
use that excuse to dump them, huh?
Well, when things came full circle, I already knew. So it's like that was just the appetizer to what was to come. And and I was very right for, looking and questioning, because even though, I didn't make a big deal out of it, but some women, when we find things, we just make a mental note of it because it's gonna come back and we might need it. And in this case, it did come back, and I did need it.
You needed it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, but nowadays, like, I don't snoop. I don't go through phones. I don't check social media pages. I just don't, because I know who I am. I'm secure in who I am. I'm secure in what I bring to a man's life. I'm secure in the value that I bring. So therefore, I'm not going to be looking over my shoulders trying to see what he's doing, if he's doing anything. I don't waste my time doing that. And another reason why I don't, which leads to our next hot topic. Do you all believe in a woman's intuition? That's another reason why I don't snoop, because my intuition, and sometimes I feel like it's definitely, my intuition, I really don't like my intuition because it's always on point. Like, I wish that it wasn't right. I wish that my intuition wasn't as accurate as it is, because my intuition, my feelings is always getting hurt from my intuition because it's always right. I just be like, for once, if it could be wrong, I would feel better. But once my intuition kicks in, I'm just like, oh, geez, so I'm just like, okay, so do I want confirmation or do I just walk away? Because I already, every time at the time, if I go, why am I going to get confirmation? Only makes me feel worse, because it's like, I'm confirming what I already know. My intuition. What about you? Do you think that intuition is real?
Is on point?
Is it?
Yes, my intuition be on point. I'd be like, yeah, it's time for me. Either it'd be time for me to dump them, they doing something they got no business doing, they're lying. It's like, you already know this routine. You're not new to this stuff.
Right.
I know exactly what's going on. So I'm like, let me just go ahead and get rid of this right now.
Ladies, what do you guys think about your intuition? Is your intuition on point, or do you just think that intuition is something that women make up, like you're just making this up? Like, I've had situations where I swear I've been asleep, minding my own business, having and then it's just like I just wake up in the middle of the night, and the whole scenario of what's going on, it starts playing. And it's like, once it starts playing, I have a hard time shutting it off. It does not shut off, and I try to shut it off. I try to shake it off. It will not shake off. Now I don't act on it as much. Like, if it'll say, just go over there now. And I don't go. Back in the day, I used to go. The last time that I went and I acted on it, I found it, like right dead smack in the middle, when I, night before, I'm just, sleep, minding my own business. And, I got up in the morning and, I was running my morning errands and things of that nature. And something just said, slide by his house. I'm like, no. I'm saying, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And my car just made me turn.
Your car made you turn.
And go to, oh my God. And yeah, so I found out that he was cheating, and, she was actually there at the time. So that's why I couldn't, like, I literally, like,
Did you go in?
No, he wouldn't open the door. And this is what it's like. So he lived in a secure building. And so, typically the bottom door that leads to his building it was always locked. But this one particular day, the door was unlocked.
It was
meant for me. So I'm
That's
like,
a
okay,
blessing.
not only was the door unlocked, his car was there. I was able to get up and I heard him inside. So I'm like, he wouldn't open the door or whatever. So I had confirmed what I had suspicion all along that particular night. And when I tell you that my intuition, it kept me up, like I just could not sleep. And I'm just like, wow, this is what it's all about. And so I'm like, you know what? After that, I just left the situation alone. I walked away, and he's like, he called me afterwards and he's just like, I thought that, I thought that, you had messed up my car, and I thought that you had did all this crazy stuff and all this and that. He was like, I was afraid to come out and this and that. And my thing was, I didn't cuss him out. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't get mad. I didn't get any of that. I simply told him, you have to be worth it for me to do all that. And I left. And that was the end of that. No coming back, no putting nothing crazy on Facebook, no nothing. Now, he's big and bald, and his wife looks like a dude. And I don't know if that was the chick that he cheated with, but you're big and bald and your wife looks like a dude. So you get what you got. And look,
you enjoying it, isn't it?
You ain't nothing but a big old See, I am petty. That's why I'm petty.
Did you have something to take today? Did you take something today?
Yes, my coffee.
Oh.
So when I looked at it, I say that to say this. You don't have to waste your time cussing and fussing and all this other stuff, acting crazy, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like, I try to tell people all the time, once a person, if they don't care, there's nothing you can say or do. So why are you wasting your time and your energy and your precious air and your precious vibes, your high blood pressure, cholesterol, and all? Why are you doing that to yourself when they don't care? You can go get caught cheating. I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna get caught. Okay, so he want to get caught. Watch, I'm gonna get caught too. It don't matter if he don't care about you, if she don't care. Like, you're not doing anything to hurt anybody but yourself. You're putting more time and more energy into the situation than it really needs be. And I understand that you get caught up in loving a person and caring about a person, but once a person shows you that they don't care about you or they don't want to be with you, do yourself a favor and let it go. I mean, like, I'm so serious that we got to learn how to start letting these things go without all the drama, without all the extraness, because again, it gets you absolutely nowhere whatsoever. You're going to huff and puff, break some stuff up. They might sue you. You end up in jail. Now you got more problems than need be when you can just simply walk away and, your feelings going to be hurt. Now, I'm not going to say, listen, my feelings were so hurt, I cried like a 2-year-old. Not he didn't find out and not around him, but I cried like a 2-year-old baby because my feelings were really hurt. But then once I got that ish out, I was like, okay, well,
it is what it is.
Move on. And that's all you can do. You can only thing you can do is move on and continue to be great, but don't sit and waste your time doing all these crazy things. So ladies, yes, your intuition is totally real. It totally works. It's totally, depending on the situation, it's accurate. Now listen, let me explain the difference between intuition and crazy, because some just listen. Everything is a sign. Everything is no, beloved. You may want to talk to somebody. If every relationship, everything, every time you close your eyes, you seeing a sign that something ain't right with it. He was in the bathroom and you saw a sign. He was up in there eating some chicken and you saw a sign.
Eat some chicken and
and then you like, he got two pieces. He got two pieces of wings on his.
He's just sucking on her breast, isn't it? That's
you got two side chicks. Is that what them two wings mean? You got two side chicks on the. No, beloved, he just wanted two wings. That's it. Like
He wanted two side chicks.
you thinking too much into the situation. So
No, you're not.
if you one of those, like everything, so only you can determine what's your intuition versus, your level of cray cray. And I think we all got a certain level of cray cray, and you got to be able to control and manage both so that you can have an equal balance. Because again, you sometimes in some situations you might have to act crazy if that's what your partner responds to. I'm not doing it. Like I'm just not doing it, because to me it's counterproductive. Like I got a whole lot of other things to do opposed to sit and act crazy over a dude that, clearly found elsewhere he want to be. So you happy being somewhere else. The best thing I can do is let you go spread and fly your wings, and live a good life. Just don't get big and be big and bald and marry a chick that look like a dude. I mean, that's all I can say. And I mean, maybe he was into dudes in the first place. I don't know. But
hey, pretty Barbie, happy Thursday.
Listen to your intuition. Trust your instinct. You know yourself, especially again, I have to go back to this 30 plus age range. At this point, ladies, you should know yourself. You should know whether this is intuition or it's crazy. But whichever one it is, you have to learn to manage both. And you can't react to everything that comes your way, especially, when it comes to these relationships. So if you do find out something that is not in your favor, then you have to make a decision on what it is that you want to do, which will kind of lead into the next hot topic that I wanted to talk about. And we kind of touched upon it, going through people's phones, like, and snooping through their pages and things of that nature. So if you do find something, do you confront them or do you just let it ride? So do you confront or do you let it ride? If you find something,
say you done snoop through this stuff, and depending on how long y'all been together, and it's probably, say if you've been together like only a few months, whatever, you snoop through their stuff, whatever. Don't confront. Just leave that between you and God. Hey, Marcus. Don't tell nobody. You might not even want to tell God. Just be quiet on it. Just don't say nothing. Don't tell your girlfriends. Just don't say nothing.
Wait, what was that time frame?
A few months. Because you gonna get the balls to say, well, I went through your phone and there you go. That's where you messed up at. Now you know what's going on in my text messaging. Yeah, I'd be on a little porn site a little bit or whatever. But I'd be thinking about you when I be looking at them, So don't do all that. And then you're going to set yourself up and get upset when he decide to dump you or cuss you out or whatever. Now you're mad. Don't do all that.
See, going through phones, I'm
Go ahead.
Going through phones. Okay, so I have not, and I can't believe I'm about to say this. I am very proud. Listen, you all, if y'all know me from back, being on that west side, easing and peeping through them west side bushes, y'all already know. But I don't go through phones. I haven't went through a phone. I don't check text messages. I don't do any of that. Because again, first, my intuition is so on point. It's like, whatever's going to happen, it's going to happen. It's going to be revealed right there, right next to me. So I'm like, I've been in so many situations where I'm just like, okay, here we go with this bull again. I'm like, all right. So I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'm just over this whole situation. I'm just over these whole scenarios, which is why I say I hate this dating. I hate it.
What you gonna do?
I hate it.
Okay, so you hate the dating pool, but then you won't go out and date. But then you don't want to. You don't want to do to sleep with anybody, and you want to get a husband. But
you know what? And I've been second guessing on that too.
So then you don't hate the single life.
No, I don't hate the single life. I just hate the dating pool.
But won't go date.
Because it has TT in it. It's like it's polluted.
In it. Everybody go in Lake Michigan and do what? Take a hot long piss. So if everybody going Lake Michigan and pee, and eventually Lake Michigan all get all mixed all with the rivers or whatever, and then you bottle up and put it in Dasani water, voila, everybody drinking some piss. So get over it. You
So
don't
I'm
have no
I'm
piss
just
every
gonna
now
be
and
in
then.
a timeout right now because I don't feel like dealing with it. But what happens is like when you go looking, like I say, the looking in the phones and all this other stuff, there's social media and all this and that, and you find something.
What you
My
find?
thing is this: if you're gonna find something, before you confront them, ask yourself, am I gonna leave or if I'm gonna stay? Because if you stay, don't even waste your time. Why even waste your time having an argument and you're still gonna stay? Now, if you find something and you finna pull out that Uzi, you finna blast them with all of it, and then you leave, then yes.
That's why I'm sleeping with your brother.
But and that's why your landlord went up on your rent. You my new tenant, baby. So pay that. If you're not doing some stuff like that, hush. If you're not gonna leave, don't even waste your time. Dang, I can't believe you saying. What's the purpose of wasting? What's the purpose of confronting them and you still stay? There's no purpose in confronting somebody that you feel or you found out that they're cheating. You go through all this huffing and puffing. You selling wolf tickets. You out there busting out car windows, but then guess what? You turning around and helping them pay to get it fixed. You wasting
I love him.
you doing all that for what?
I love him.
No.
He loves
Love
me.
them and leave.
He loves
Bust the
me.
stuff out and leave. Don't what you gonna bust it out for? Now you helping him clean it up. Now it don't make sense. So if you find out some stuff and you know you ain't going nowhere, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. But if you're gonna leave, then you might want to consider saying something. But my thing is this, like you just gotta play it over in your mind and figure out what it is that you want to do, because some people are very crafty. Now you can have the proof that they cheating right here, and they're so manipulative that they can talk, baby, they can talk themselves out of listen. So you got to be careful and be mindful of who it is that you're dealing with. But my word of advice is, if you are snooping through a person's phone or their social media, or you're snooping through their personal belongings, and you find something that puts you in an awkward position, and you know that you're not going to make any drastic moves, or you're not going to hold them accountable. And holding them accountable is not cussing them out and all this and that. If you're not going to legit for real do something about the situation, I don't understand why confront them. What do you think about that? I mean, if they're not gonna do nothing, should they
if you're
confront
not
them?
going to do anything about it, don't confront him. But even if you do, if you choose to stay, you should. You know what? I take that back. Check them. Check their asses. Check them. Because if you check, even if you choose to stay, that little bastard to know that even if it's a she, that little heifer, she'll know that you know what she up to. Now she don't know what you about to do. Now that person is trying to figure out, well, dang, I done busted them out and this and the other. I'm staying, but I don't know what their next move is. So now you kind of stuck. So check their ass. Check them. Check them. You get, and then figure out what your next plan to be after they decide that they think they got you. You ain't got me. I let you know I went through your stuff. Now if you decide to keep this relationship, then that's on you. So know that I will go through your crap, deal with it, and maybe he'll get a new phone. Maybe he'll get two phones.
Or maybe they'll eventually get it together. But as for me, I'm like I said, I'm not wasting my time going through your phone. I'm not wasting my time going through your text messages or your social media or anything like that. I'm like, your phone can ring and I can pass it right to you without even looking at it, because it doesn't even matter, because it just does it. Because it's like, if my phone start ringing, I expect the same courtesy that was given to you. My thing is, I'm free with my phone. My phone is an open book. I leave it around. I don't have nothing to hide. So you look at my phone, listen. It looks like a single woman's phone should look. That's what it looks like. Now, what we talking about, all this other stuff, I'm not doing it. So oh yeah, she created a fake page to be on my page. Trying, I'm not doing it. It's not worth all that
You're not
energy
gonna
to
do
me.
that.
I am not doing it. Oh, he up, yeah, she got this going on and he did this and he. I'm not doing it.
You're not gonna
I'm
do
not
that.
doing it. Listen, if you don't want to be here, I'm not trying to hold you. I don't believe in holding a person hostage in a relationship. And it's just like if you're not happy in the relationship, stop trying to hold these folks hostage. Let people go because again, the tighter you hold, the more creative they're gonna get trying to get away from you. So why hold on? You holding on this tight.
You know,
That's not gonna stop them from cheating.
depending on what you're doing, you
That
should have a tight
there you holding them this tight. You
hold
got
on
the
to it.
you got the death grip on them.
That's not always a
But
bad
that's
thing.
not stopping them from cheating.
That might actually, if you do it just right,
That's not stopping them from cheating because
it
when you
might
let them
stop
go,
them.
they're gonna go back to wherever they want to be. So stop wasting your time. Stop hurting your own feelings. Stop breaking your own heart by trying to hold on to somebody that's clearly showing you they would rather be somewhere else. You got to start letting people be wherever they freely want to be. It's like you just can't. You quit trying to hold them tight and just let them go. Guys, listen, we're going to take a short musical break.
Short.
And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to The J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships
And families.
one conversation.
Loving you has always been easy because it's true. Yeah. I would not believe if someone would have told me you would come along to reveal my soul. Cause I was done with love, my heart had grown cold. So cold. You had good energy, exactly what I needed. You're walking my life and place the joy where was needed. Not a mirage, what I feel for you. Put that on God, girl, I'm loving you. Said it's easy, it's easy to love, easy to love. Said it's easy, it's easy to love, easy to love. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Loving you has always been easy 'cause you're beautiful. Loving you has always been wonderful, more than you'll ever know. We got good chemistry, go together like love sex. The passion and care we show one another tops all the rest. The feelings I have for you, I ain't felt in so long. What we share together, baby, the bond is so strong. It's no facade of what I feel for you, love. But that, oh God, I got love for you. Yeah, said it's easy to love, easy to love. Said it's easy, baby. It's easy to love, easy to love. Said it's easy, it's easy to love, easy to love. Said it's easy, so easy to love, easy to love you. Loving you has always been easy 'cause you're beautiful. Loving you, yeah, yeah, it's what I search my life to do. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
Welcome back to The J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay, and sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexy, simply E, author, actress, businesswoman, playwright, sex kitten. Hey E, how are you? How are you, love? How are you, darling?
Great.
Good. Guys, we want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Also follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Guys, tonight's episode of the J Spot is being brought to you by 2 Level Up LLC. They are our sponsors for tonight. They are a 2-bedroom, beautiful condo right here near the United Center here in Chicago. Their link is in our comments, so definitely go to their page, check them out. Also, book them. Beautiful fireplace, comfortable, nice jacuzzi. Woo! Just beautiful. It is really now. It's really Please don't say that. Oh, geez. Well, listen. Okay, so
technically, beautiful. Okay, if you do it in the jacuzzi, right?
The cleaners don't want to have to.
But if it's water, technically you'll be protected.
That don't kill them babies, though. Don't kill them babies that will be made up in there. But definitely, the link is in our feed, and use reference code Jaye. That's JAYE. We're also being brought to you by Delaware Ink. He has his fall line out. Whoop! Long sleeve shirts, very colorful fall colors, and his hoodies are out. Use reference code Jaye. That's JAYE. Guys, listen. Our next hot topic. Okay, see, this is some just, I try, you all. I really, really do. But sometimes it's hard to be deep. So here's the next question. So the guy says, well, why are y'all so you getting so mad about you accepting, you're a forgiver, man, for cheating? Why do people find a way to tolerate cheating, but they won't sit down and have a adult conversation about being in a poly lifestyle? Okay, first of all, cheating and being in a poly lifestyle are clearly 2 different things. And the fact that you made that type of comparison between cheating and a poly lifestyle clearly tells me you have no idea on what the real true concept of a poly lifestyle is, because it's not sex.
Would you be in a poly lifestyle?
No, I'm not. I'm selfish on all levels. I'm selfish with my boo. I don't want to listen. I don't want to share. So it's a no for me on all levels. I understand it, and I'm okay with those that,
Would you have like a poly Thanksgiving?
No, I won't. No. There's no poly. I'm just mano, solo. Well, no, it's duo. It's duo. We're not having a trio. We having a duo. It's a duo, not a trio. But for those that understand poly and embrace that, I'm not mad at you. But the primary focus of a poly relationship is not sex. The primary reason and goal is to grow the families, to make sure that all the women have a husband. And it's not the man going out and picking women. Oh, I'm gonna pick her. She's a bad girl. She gonna do this in the bitch.
She got a donkey.
That's not the purpose of poly. You just go ahead on out and have you a nice clear old threesome. Threesome is one thing. Poly is something totally different. So if you're talking about poly, then really talk about it. But cheating and poly, those are not even in the same category. So please stop making these crazy comparisons. Oh, you can tolerate cheating, but you won't explore poly. Can you afford a poly lifestyle? Really? Who?
What if they say?
Then that's for whoever can get it. But the person. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Would you contain?
If I didn't have to sleep with him. I ain't watching the children because my children is grown. So I ain't watching the children. He'd be like, Eve.
So Martha, then what benefit would you get out of the poly relationship?
The greatest pet I cook for y'all. That's all I'm gonna do.
But what type of emotional? See, like,
I got TV and Seinfeld. That's all
see, no, I mean, because it's like I would feel like I'm, I can just see myself like, okay, so I'm waiting for, so it's Thursday and I gotta wait till Saturday, wait till my turn. Do you understand? I am not
Jay,
set up.
Your turn.
I'm not set up for that, because if I gotta wait my soul while I'm waiting, can I be with somebody else? See, now all the domestic violence and all this other stuff. Now you gotta go doing. Now you wanna get all tough, big bad wolf and all this. Ain't nobody got time for that. So me personally, I'm not with the poly personally, but I mean, I'm not mad at a person that can say, you know what, I live this type of lifestyle because I understand the concept of it. I understand the true concept of poly. It's not for me. It's definitely not for me, because I don't get along well with others. I don't do number two. I don't share. So poly is not for me. Yes, it's good for the race. However, you can put that selfish sticker right on up here, and I'm okay with that. I'm going to walk in all of the selfishness. I'm going to walk in all of the self-entitlement. I'm walking in all of it.
If you don't,
if they waiting for me to come around, I'm sorry, you all. I'm sorry I've let us down, because I'm not that deep. I'm not there yet. But again, for those that choose to participate in that, I'm not mad at it. But poly and cheating are two different things, two different conversations. You just a line cheating dog, or you just a line cheating,
wench.
Right? You see what I'm saying? Streetwalker. But poly, those are two different conversations. So it's like, when you making those type of comparisons, please make it make sense, Pete. I'm just saying, make it make sense, please, and thank you, Pete, because they be trying to think they be so deep trying to go. Oh, these women, they can accept the cheating, but they won't entertain that. They won't entertain poly. Sir, first of all, there are certain requirements that you have to meet in order to be a candidate to be a man that's in a poly relationship. The number one is finances. Can you afford 2 wives?
Can you afford? So what if
I can't?
Two guys decided they really wanted you as their wife, and they don't mind sharing you.
No, my buddy, you ain't finna put my hoo-ha through all that trauma.
They don't want to, do you at the same time. They love you.
No.
Like they are in madly love with you.
No, because it's gonna be some conflict, because you may have King Kong, and then you may have I am not interested.
Mush mouth and little bit.
Oh, I am not interested.
Mush
No,
mouth and Prince.
No, I'm not interested whatsoever. I'm just right. You know what? And I'm the list. No. I'm just not interested.
Sure.
But again, for those, I'm not.
Combo.
Nope.
I can see y'all.
No, you can't. No, you
y'all.
can't. I am happily.
You want me to contact them?
No, I am happily solo. So, but again, for those that believe in that lifestyle and the way that really truly believe in it to the core and what it's really meant to do, I'm not mad at it. Again, I can't participate in it for my own selfish reasons. I cannot, will not, won't not, shall not, it not, that not.
You could.
It's not me. No.
We're gonna change this.
We not going.
Then we could be neighbors, right? And
I'm not gonna be no sister
what
wife.
What are you over there doing? I'm not doing anything. And then you be like,
I'm not being no sister wife.
Well, nope. Okay, aren't you tired because you had your many husbands? No, you had to, share your husband with all the women. No, I just cook. They all screw them. What you doing? And then you have your many husbands and stuff. I'd be like, aren't you tired?
But I don't want my hoo-ha going through all trauma. So I'm like, you're not gonna be passing my hoo-ha all.
If you think about it, you got a few holes there.
Right.
So you got 1, 2, give you a look kinky. 3.
Put one up under your arm. Listen, I'm not.
5,
No.
6, 7. So technically, you got 7. And then you can use your hands to make 8, 9.
No.
And then you can use your feet as 1.
That's
10.
I
and then
cannot.
you can use your boobies. And then that's 11. Look at that.
It's too. See, just the simple fact right there is too much. But again, for those that are into a poly lifestyle, they're truly to the true essence of what it is. I'm not mad at you. Again, it's a no for me on all scenarios. But that's just me. Listen, that's just the selfishness in me. And I accept my selfishness. I accept it. I embrace it. I know who I am, and I'm not shit. Listen, I'm like, especially he putting it down like that, and you think I'm gonna be shit? Oh, absolutely.
So what if both
No,
of them put it down like that?
no,
But what
Felicia.
if both of them had the finances?
No,
Both of them
no,
loved
no,
you.
Felicia.
Both of them wanted to take
Do
care.
you
Both of
see-
them wanted to marry you.
No, 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 Felicia.
That's
No,
double. So
Felicias are coming.
you know you're gonna take one of
no.
them?
No, they not taking. If they mad, they mad. No,
I'm
no,
saying,
no,
so
Felicia.
So you're not gonna take both of them together. And you're not
Because
gonna
you
take one of them
can't love.
separately?
See,
So
you
what you
can't
gonna do?
love two people at the same
Yes, you
time.
can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't. You cannot. I don't. Do you guys believe that you can love multiple people
Yes.
at the same time? Listen, if I don't have a connection with you, I'm not sexually attracted. Like if
But
I don't.
you can love a person. You can have a connection with the person.
But then
And
it's
you
like
can have
there's
a
no.
connection with two people.
My sexual chemistry don't work like that. I don't know. Maybe
Have you
back
tried
in the day it did, but it don't work like that. Like it takes a lot to even get my mind there. So it's like multiple people can't be in the same space at one time. I do have ADHD in that situation. Like I can only focus on one dude at a time. And so I can't focus over here and then it got to be one or the other. So I can't have multiple dude ships going on at a time. So I'm only going to be able to. Yeah. Yeah, that's a new one. Multiple dude ships. That's a new one that you can add that to the J Spots dictionary. The Thoris. Put that over there in that too. The dude ship and the bull junkie and all this other good stuff. You can just put the dude ship right on over there with that along. Don't forget to take the hoo-ha with you. But
Someone has to take the hoo-ha
like
with
I
them.
can't, like, I don't know how people do it, and I'm not, I know it's done. Like you can clearly entertain more than one person because people do it all the time. It's a no for me. Because I don't work like that. Like it takes a lot. Like, oh yeah, what you got on? What you doing? Okay, like I'm not there. Like you have to. I'm like an old car. You gotta warm me up. You gotta, turn it on for a little bit and let it run and let it get warm. You can't just jump right into it and yeah, I'm ready to go. No, it don't work like that.
Pretty Barbie says, no, you can't love multiple persons at the same time. Yes, you can, Pretty Barbie. You can do this.
Listen,
you just have to try.
But I'm just like, see, I'm like a hopeless romantic, and I'm
that's
true
why
to that.
you'll get the blessing of getting two.
No, but that's
price of one.
That's why I can't do it because it's like I'm one person. I can only focus on one person at a time. That's why I don't like all of this multiple dating stuff.
If you're in an open poly marriage, then y'all are awful.
But I've already slapped that off the table because they can poly marriage all they want. But
if they marry each other, and they're gay.
They can do whatever they want to. Just they won't.
I won't be there. Whole crew, and they're not trying to be one another. They're trying to be with you. And they'll even put the money together to purchase a house for all of you.
We're not doing that. I know.
Can see this happen. I can see.
Nope. I'm good. So I like the solo, the duo thing. But when it comes to like being in a relationship and getting to know somebody, like it's, sex, I don't know. Like, it's like you gotta do more. Like what is it they call demisexual? It's either demisexual or sapiosexual. But like you gotta get my mind first, and then everything else will come. My mind and my heart. But I'm like, if you ain't got me here, or you lose me here, then everything else like shuts down. Like my heart and my hoo-ha is the same.
That's what they gonna hit you. So what is Mush gonna write the lines for Prince to talk to you is because Mush can't really talk, so he gonna write the lines for Prince to talk, and then Prince gonna talk to you, but Prince ain't got the height, so Mush gonna be like, doing all the hand gestures and be like, "Let me get the hug."
I'm good. I just
I can see
need.
this.
It's the same dude that the ideal. It's the same dude that will be able to just do all of that. But I know for some people, you can easily they just easily get there, and I'm like, okay, but I don't fall in that category. I'm just like, it takes more than that for me. I'm like, oh, okay, so yeah, you getting hot? No,
I can't do the kiss. Like, say I first meet you, not we've talked on the phone or we've just decided to exchange numbers and meet. Like, we just first. This is our first
Right.
meeting, whatever. I can't kiss you. I'm like, I can't do. I can't kiss.
See, now you know how I love kids. Like it got
I have to
for the
feel
right
something for you
exactly
to kiss you.
in that,
Like,
and so it's like the kiss. And see, this is what I'm saying. I'm so romantic I just make myself sick sometimes. I love this song called "Kisses Don't Lie" because they really don't. Like a kiss can
so if
be
he pecks you.
who,
So if he pecks you,
but again, it's here. So it's like that kiss. I'm telling you, it's even been changes in the chemistry. It's just all about the chemistry. A kiss that was once explosive and now it's just like,
fizzle out.
like, wait a minute.
But those things
Something
can happen too. I don't like that. You get this explosive chemistry, first time meeting. That I only had one exception to the rule when I met titties.
but then it's like that all the time. But when it changes, that means
And
you
it
know
does,
that's
it drops
something.
off.
You know that's something. And again, that's our intuition kicking in. Like, wait a minute, it's something is off because you can't go sharing all of that, and then there's a disconnect, and you like, wait a minute. Like once that I can see if it was never there, but if it was there, and then it changes. You like your body, everything starts to change. Like your heart, your emotions, everything starts to change, and it messes with how you feel. It messes with your mind, and it messes with your sex. It messes with your sex drive because your heart knows that something is not right. So for those that are really connected with people, that stuff is really real. Like it changes because now you're on the defense because you like, yeah, it's some bull. Yeah, it's some bull going on. Flag on that play right there. I don't know what it is, but it's a flag on that play. So trust that whole process. But as far as these cousin wives and sister wives and all this other bull junkie, again, for those that choose to entertain that poly lifestyle for the right reasons, it's a no for me personally.
Mine would be a right reason.
Huh?
Mine would be a right reason.
Well, I would show up for both of you and your husband, wives, and all this other
I
stuff.
might do so because if I get like 2 or 3 husbands, I'm gonna have to do it.
Right, you gonna have to do it. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You ain't.
So you can't just have like 2, 3, big ones. You got to have a little one up in there somewhere.
You gotta have
it's different sizes. Like you gotta have the small, medium, and large. And then the small dude, he gonna be good at one thing. You know what he gonna be good at. You already know he get head game is on point.
Woo,
Medium dude, he got the head game. He got a little bit of the, the finger game, and then he can sort of hit. He can hit the spot. It feel good going in. But then that large baby nooks and crannies, okay? He gonna hit every nook and cranny. He gonna hit your soul,
right? And now you're gonna be messed up. And now, but then that's gonna affect you being with.
No, it's not because
I don't know.
No, you just go get a little VC and you'll be right on back. But and little dude gonna be like, it's okay. He gonna be the one that's gonna pamper you. He'll be like, let me massage your feet.
I'm not gonna do you like he did you. Because I heard you up in there. He had you running and hollering and all this. I'm not gonna do you like that.
To take care of your little dude is he gonna be like, because all gonna have really good, incomes, jobs, careers, whatever. Yes. But little dude gonna have the most.
No.
Because always the little ones always got the most in real life.
You just
the guy in your circle that's got the most money, somebody's got they got some ugly money. He got the smallest penis. I bet you.
Lord
He got the
have
smallest.
mercy.
I mean, the smallest. You be like, they really make them that size? Yes, they do. He got the small, but the one that's like got that King Kong ding along.
He ain't got no money.
That ninja damn near broke.
He about to have you claim him on your taxes.
Oh, boy.
Well, listen, again, if you are into the poly, I personally don't have any problems with that. It's a no for me personally, but I don't have a problem with, people that adopt that lifestyle for the real essence and the real reason of being, poly. But our next hot topic, and I can't wait to ask this question because I've never understood this. So tonight, guys, everybody was feeling nasty in the group this week. So don't think that it's just me, that I just came and you know what? Jay is just being so super. No, this is what everybody has been talking about this week. So I got to talk about it. So the next hot topic is women want to know, what is the big deal about a woman saying, oh daddy during sex? What is the big deal? Do you call your dude, oh daddy? What is the big
when women do that, I think when women do that, he suggests that.
And they want to know why.
Well,
why
you gotta ask the guy that.
Fellas, do you want your woman calling you daddy during sex or beforehand, or just calling you daddy, period? And if so, what's the purpose of a woman calling you daddy? I don't feel comfortable with it. I just don't. I'm like, daddy, what? No, I don't know.
You gotta say daddy.
No, that's they do. I don't
do the D because you're like, I don't have daddy issues.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't want to. I'm like, that was the whole thing was just right. Exactly, it would totally throw me off. So you all help us understand, fellas. Help us understand, what is the point of a woman? Oh, daddy, baby, daddy.
That's the sounds you make when you be doing it.
No, I don't know. No, I don't. Ow. I gotta find out. I gotta find out. I'll come back in a couple of months, maybe 2 months, 3 months, a year. I'll let y'all know. Ow, baby. But that's the sound that I can imagine that would.
You can imagine that you would be making when you would be doing it.
No, I'm like, ooh. Ah. Who's this? What's my name? Say my name. That's what I'm gonna be like. Say my name.
You know what?
Say my name. Who's your daddy?
Sometimes, don't do that. Sometimes I will, be like, if it's good, and I know it's like, and I know I'm the one that's the star that day.
You're like, wait a minute, this is me.
And then I'll pull that little punk up out you too. I'll pull it out you like, or especially don't let me get on the bottom. And if I'm in control and I can, before I lock them legs around, and I got this.
Mommy.
I tell you,
Mommy. Have you over in the corner sucking your thumb.
Wait.
But fellas, what is the big deal? Why do you want women to call you daddy during or after sex? Like, what is the big deal about that? Like, I'm just like, you say that, I'm just call me daddy. Okay, well, there goes that moment. Okay, we are totally done with that. What? Ow, baby. Wait, what? I can see that part. I'll let you slide with that. But that, who's your daddy? No, we're not gonna do that one. We're not doing that one. So, ladies, if you on team daddy, if you not, say no, I ain't. No, Jay, I ain't with that. I done did and said a lot of things in the heat of the moment, but calling daddy, no, because I don't know. How are you thinking about your daddy or somebody's daddy?
Thinking about him, it's just like, I don't do it now. I do, who's busy with it. I will do that.
That's understandable.
When I was younger, like he suggested, like,
yes.
I don't do that. Back in the day, I have done it and stuff, when asked, be like, okay.
I've never been asked that. I'm glad. Like, I don't know, because that would have just been a total buzzkill. Like you like, okay, well, we trying to set the mood and just have a nice little time, and then you talking about some call me daddy. Who's your daddy? I'm like, who your mama? I don't even want to be. I don't even want you to refer to me as your mama or hot mama or I'm like, no, no, no. So can we keep the parents and the aunties and the uncles? Can we keep all family members out of, let's keep all family members.
Call me Aunt Maggie. What?
I'm Vi. Oh, Vi.
I got an auntie named Vi. I don't want to call you that because that's one of my favorite aunties.
She make the good peach cobbler.
Right.
See now, man, Lillian, she make the good greens. Listen, let's just keep all the family members out of the bedroom. But fellas, if y'all want to drop a comment and let us know why you want women to call you daddy.
Because what's calling me the song about it?
Who?
I'm calling you daddy. The Rain Down on Me one. Let me rain down.
It must be one of these new young ladies. I don't know. There are definitely some extra issues going on out here. So it's like, and then I have to find out who wrote the song. What dude wrote this song? Because 9 times out of 10, these people don't be writing these songs. So I need to find out what was on the songwriter's mind. What made you write that bull junkie? Call me daddy. You can call. No, I'm not gonna call you. Tracy said, SWV, call me daddy. I don't know, but if you into the whole, I just say keep the family members out the bedroom. I just, personal thing. But some people definitely that's a go for them. I don't see how, but okay.
I mean, if you screaming, oh God.
See, like that right there.
He like,
oh God. Not
that high pitch.
Oh God.
Nah.
So again, if that turns you, because some people may like that. Ow. They may like that. Like they,
That's the pornos.
I got the point of the boom. Y'all gotta give me a beat. Boom. See, that's
you remixing it.
Right, I'm gonna do a voiceover for. See if I can do a voiceover for a porn, and y'all got to let me know what y'all think about it.
Sound like a wounded dog.
I'm gonna do the voiceover. I'm gonna be like, oh, y'all see, Big Back Bertha was getting it broke in. That was me saying, ow. Do it again, daddy. And y'all, that's how y'all be wanting them to sound. Do it again, daddy. No, see, that don't even sound right. Like that took that made me drop all of my octaves of, the freakness. But again, if you into that baby, call me daddy, call me mama routine, knock yourself out. But guys, listen, this next hot topic. Okay. So what do you all think about this? The couple, they get a divorce. Is the man still, or should he still be financially responsible to take care of kids that were not biologically his?
Yes.
So they were married, they got divorced. So now they're like, okay, so legally, should this man still be responsible for taking care of kids that were not biologically his? He was taking care of them during the marriage, but now that marriage is over. He like, that's it. She can kick the road, kick rocks, and so can them kids. Or should the kids, he still take care of the kids legally? Should he still be required to take care of those kids?
Yes.
Why?
Because I said so.
Because you said, other than he said so. So you all, should a man be legally required to financially continue to care for kids that were not his biologically? He was caring for those kids during the course of the marriage, but now that the marriage is over, should he still be financially responsible for taking care of those children?
Yes.
So he says yes, but she says because she says so.
Exactly.
So I feel like he should, but not because I said so. Because listen, the kids don't have anything. Now I know you dudes are about to get on me for this one, so I'm gonna expect it. But the kids have nothing to do with it. Like, you got to look outside of your dislike for the mother or whatever that whole situation that went on between you all that caused you all to part, and still think about it, that you had your own separate relationship with those kids. The kids had a separate relationship with you all, especially if now I'll make it an exception though to the statement that I'm about to say. Because if them little jokers was disrespectful and they had 666 on the back of their head and they was always somewhere hollering you want they daddy and all that, then yes, you pack them jokers. Listen, you pack them garbage pail kids up and you send them on with their mother. But for the kid that was respectful, that you had a good relationship with, you had a good rapport with them, and that kid, you embraced that kid as your own during the marriage, and that kid embraced you, and that kid depended on you. Like, I find it hard, and like I find it disheartening for you to be able to just cut that kid off. Like, I'm okay. Like, you can cut me off and you can not talk to me, but the kids, like, they're innocent. It's like they already going through enough because of the breakup. And I know it's gonna be some dudes. That's not my job. That's their biological father's job. Well, again, you can see that maybe the biological father ain't much. So now you're gonna join the category of not being much. How I'm not much. That ain't my responsibility. Well, yeah, but you took it on as your responsibility. So were you not serious about that child? So you couldn't honor your vows in the marriage. So now you can't even honor the vows that you took for that kid. Like, how do you separate the two? Like, I don't know if I would be able to separate the two as far as, you know what? Okay, we're not together anymore. So now I don't love your kids anymore. So now I don't want to take care of your kids anymore. I couldn't see, and maybe that's a dude thing. So fellas, help me understand, like, when you guys are done in a relation with the marriage, do you no longer want to have responsibility for those kids if they're not biologically yours? Or do you say, you know what? Yeah, you know what? These were not my kids biologically, but I love those kids. You know, those kids look up to me. Those kids, I want to stay in their lives. Like, do we have any guys that feel like that? Or do you feel like, okay, listen, she gone, them kids gone too. Like, so it's like out of sight, out of mind. She messed it up. So that's on her. Whatever she decides to do with those kids or her kids, those her kids. Them was never my kids. When you start hearing stuff like that, you know, I don't know, but I just get a sad demeanor when I hear men talk like that, because I'm just like, dig, did you never have any feelings for those kids? Like, was it all just a ploy to be with the mother? Were you there just because of the mother? I mean, I know
some guys are, and some women are fine with them being there for them and not their children.
I don't know. I don't think I would feel comfortable with that. Like, I don't think I would have felt comfortable with a dude just being, and I know that you're only around, or you're only smiling and trying to make nice with my kids because of me. Because again, kids pick up on that. So it's like, if you're not genuine with them, then I don't know. I just would have found it hard to be serious with someone that wasn't genuinely interested in my kids. So I don't know, like that, and that's what makes that whole dating with kids crazy. And I never felt comfortable with doing that, because I'm just like, I don't like to see kids being mistreated. And it's too many people that getting in relationships, and you know that you don't like kids, or you don't like other people's kids, and you know that you're not going to treat them right. So why get in a relationship with somebody that has kids? Because I know for a long time, I didn't want to deal with a dude that had kids. And I'm like, before I even mistreat some, which I would not mistreat anybody's kid, but I'm like, I don't want to be in that position. Like, it's too big of a responsibility. And I know you may say, oh, well, Jay, isn't that hypocritical because you got a kid? And again, he had the right to not want to be with me because I have a kid. Like, I don't get offended because somebody says, oh, well, you know what? You the perfect package, but you got a kid. Okay. I mean, I can respect that. Like, I'm not
even have. That's a grown man.
right, but I'm saying even back in the day, if that was the case, you be girl, please. People still think, oh well, you had kids and I had kids out of wedlock, so that you don't your decision making skills and all. Girl, I've heard a lot. I've sat in barbershops. Listen, the way some of these guys think, you're just like, oh, okay, well, but again, like I say, you can't. I personally couldn't get mad. I never got mad at a statement like that because I felt the same way. I'm like, I didn't want to deal with a dude that had kids, even though I know I had kids, because I had been in situations where dealing with baby mamas. I'm not. But I also knew that I didn't bring that typical baby mama drama type. I'm like, I ain't got my baby daddy creeping through the back door. We talk. So can I come over and this? I didn't have that.
You can come by.
I didn't have that type of relationship whatsoever. I didn't play that. Like, this is done. I'm moving on. You're moving on. And let's do what we got to do as parents. We're not going back and forth playing these games. That's why there was no arguments. We didn't argue. We didn't have all.
Jay, you didn't want to just one last time.
No, I didn't. No, Jay. Because here's the thing. For me, I lost respect for him. He did some things that just made me lose respect for him. And so once that respect was lost, like everything disappeared. Like, it's like the respect for him as a man, not for him as being my son's father, just respect for him as a man that I could be with. I lost that respect. And it never came back. Like, I never tried to get it back, but we were always cordial. Like, we didn't have, like, we could be standing right next to each other and there would be no bad blood. No, it's just not like, it ain't, it's just not. So like that's what happened for me. But I don't want to be in a situation with a dude where, you don't want to be with the kids or you don't like kids. And it's a big issue. And women, you got to stop trying to force men to accept these kids. It's like, if they don't want or accept your kids, then you can't be with them. I mean, I'm sorry, you don't want to give him up, but he don't like kids. He don't like other people's kids. So why that's a volatile situation, because he could hurt your kids and then somebody's going to have a piece of lead in them that's going to be discharged from, a device that's made of steel. So in order to keep all parties safe, don't mix them. Well, he said he only, and then, you got 5 kids and you only tell them about 2. Wait a minute. See all the trickery and the deceit that go, ma'am, he's not the man for you. Because guess what? There's a man out there that's going to take you and your 5 kids. He going to love you and them doggone kids. He may be done with you because you sitting up there, you feel like you done got you a sucker because he done fell in love with your kids, and you think he won't drop your behind and still take care of them kids. Listen, I know dudes like that. He done dropped her high and dry. Still get them kids, take care of them kids just like they his. As for you, you don't exist to him. So I know some good, like when I say I've had the pleasure of being around some really good dudes when it comes to taking care of kids, like, and the dudes of my family.
You can't date your family, so I'm trying to hook you up with somebody.
These dudes are outstanding. Like my brothers, my cousins, my uncles, like, so that's where I see all of that. Like, I know that there are men out there that don't have a problem with, listen, they didn't have any kids. They came in, took care of her kids and all of this other stuff. So I've seen too many examples of it to not know that it exists. So, but for those that have a problem with it, I support your right to have that problem with it. Ladies, just know, don't try to change his mind. And I think that that's where situations go wrong at, because she don't want to let him go. She see all of this potential, but you're not looking at the big picture. That ain't gonna never work. You can't force these kids on this man and then think that it's gonna be happy, because it's gonna always be a problem. So to say that should he legally be responsible to do it, I mean, I don't want anybody to do something that they don't want to do. So if he feels like he want to walk out on our kids, because at one point they were our kids, or were they really our kids, or were they just our kids for the moment because the relationship was working? So that's always the tricky, unfair thing for kids, is when they get caught up in this adult bull junkie. So it's like, if you gonna love on the kids, then be committed through the marriage, and if the marriage doesn't work, still be committed to those kids afterwards, because they didn't ask for it. They didn't ask for the marriage to fail. They didn't have a part of your marriage failing for whatever reason. So still be there and honor your commitment to those kids. That's just my opinion, because I'm really soft on kids. And then it just goes a step further, and we can ask the other hot topic. If your ex's kids called you and they needed something from you, would you be there for your ex's kids? Your ex, y'all gone, they broke up, but their kids called you and they needed something, they needed help. Would you help them? Or would you say, you better ask your daddy, and his new wife or his new girlfriend, or would you do that? Or you better ask your mama and her new husband, you better ask them, don't call me, ask them. How would you respond in that situation? Like your ex's kids, could your ex's kids call you?
Only one of them could call me.
Only one?
Yeah.
Well, only one.
Because the other two are bastards.
But they were like that before y'all. Did you have a relationship with them beforehand?
I did with two of them. I did. But like when everything was said and done and everything was over with and I'd moved out and everything, my stepson tried to holler at me. Yeah, so that's why I was like, he's like, oh, I just want to come by and have, dinner like we used to have.
You nasty
and,
little runt.
Spend some time with, my brother. And I'm like, you ain't never come by at the house before when he stayed with us before, for a few weeks or whatever. But after that was said and done, okay, you pop in literally every blue moon, it wasn't even once a year. It was like every other, but never come for dinner or like that. So now all of a sudden he was like, yeah, my dad didn't deserve you. And I just,
wow, like, no.
Dude, because
my dad didn't deserve you, Roots. Oh, Lord.
He was close to my age. I think I'm like 7 years older than him. So he figured, man,
Daddy wasn't slanging it right. Let me come on
and holler at her.
Show you what you've been missing here. But if I had an ex that had kids that I was close with, that I had a relationship with, I would totally be there for the kids, because again, if we had our own relationship, then of course you could still come to me, and I'm like, I wouldn't ask I wouldn't ask you what they're doing, or what the father is doing or whatever, because we had our own separate relationship. But if you trying to come after the fact, then I ain't gonna do it.
I'd be like, Miss Jaye, remember when? I know, me and you really didn't know each other,
and we're not having that conversation, and we're not gonna get to know each other now, because now it's your daddy said no, and so now you want to come and use me. But if we had a relationship while we were together, then I'm like, you could totally come, and you can come and call on me. I totally would be there.
But you know how it is.
For the one that don't like me, but then I get mad.
I wouldn't be there for the one. She knows she can ask me for crap, and he know. Please don't call my phone. Please,
but yeah, I would. So I would definitely be there for the kid and would not expect, especially like I said, if we had our own relationship and we had a good relationship, I wouldn't expect anything, nothing would change for me. Like I still want to be there for you. I mean, with respectful boundaries, and I'll definitely let that be known. Like, okay, don't come putting me like I cannot come to no family stuff. If you want to still come over here, you can still be with me. We can still hang out. I have no problem with that. But I can't come to your mom and them, your grandmama and them house. I'm not coming over there because we ain't together. And I'm trying to move on and do what I have to do in peace. And I'm trying to let your father do the same thing. So please respectfully, respect that. But as far as me and you, I'll always be there. That's just how I am. But if I didn't like you, I'm gonna cast you out there to the pit. Ooh, you children of the corn. You are out there. You are out there, children of the corn.
If I like you, no, because I don't have any of that. I've only been married once, so it's only like really one that I adore her. The other two, I'm like, and if my stepson wouldn't have had to hit on me, then I would have, because we was cool. I let that boy use my car. Because I had two cars and he had two cars. And in one of my cars, I was like, he needed to go to work. My stepson needed to go to work, or he wanted to take his girlfriend out or whatever. And so I was like, you know what? I'll watch the children, because he had, children or whatever. So I let him use my car, and he was out in Roseland and stopped at an ATM in the middle of the night on a Saturday night. I think it was like 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning, and stopped at the ATM, and they shot up my car. And luckily, he didn't get hit by anything. They were trying to rob him at the ATM, and he got in the car.
Wow.
And he's really tall, so when they shot at the car, they shot, I think, 3 times. One bullet from the back, it hit the roof of the car and just swooped out to the roof. It hit from the back roof and then swooped under and then swooped out. So, and it was lucky it didn't hit his head. And then the other one shot at but it had went through, so he didn't get hit either way. He was able to get home, whatever. But I was like,
wow. Well, definitely, again, when you're doing that, I say legally, should they be required to? No, I don't think legally, but like morally and ethically, I think that if you had a relationship with them, like keep up the same relationship, whatever you was doing with them when you were married. I think that you should still continue to do that. I know that guys are gonna be like, "Oh, Jay, you can come up off of it. Ain't nobody got time for that. She can go ahead on. Better go call that deadbeat. She had all this other stuff." But guess what? Them kids gonna put you in the same category with they biological. If you were there and then you stop being there because you and the mom ain't together, guess what? Newsflash, you just went in that deadbeat category to them kids as well. Just FYI. But guys, listen, we're gonna go ahead and get into our topic tonight. Tonight we're talking about reasons they won't commit. Commit. So when you think of commit, when you say commit, what do you think of? Like, what feeling do you get when you think of, man?
Y'all are, it's you and him. It's not or you and you and her, whatever y'all's relationship category is, whatever your pronoun is, whatever. Y'all are exclusive. Y'all exclusive. You are not dating anybody else. This is just you and that person, and that's that.
I promise you, my boo, and I'm your boo. And we the only boos that matter. It ain't no other boos involved in this. That's what it is to commit. But what keeps some men from wanting to commit? I want to break it up. I want to know what keeps some men from committing, and then what keeps some women from committing. Because there are different reasons why we don't commit. And a lot of times our reasons differ. Men have different reasons from why they don't commit. Women have different reasons why they don't commit. So fellas, give us some reasons why you might not want to commit to your woman. And here's the thing, ladies, that we got to understand. and accept. He may not want to commit to you, but then you got to ask yourself, why won't he let me go? Why won't he leave you alone? He has no intentions on committing to you. Clearly, you see that. But he won't leave you alone. Why is that? Or is it because you let him? Why won't you leave him alone? Why do you put the responsibility on him? If you want to be left alone, then you also have the opportunity to not answer, to not call, to not be around.
Why wouldn't you commit?
I wouldn't commit if I didn't feel like the relationship was where it should be. Like if in my heart of hearts, I felt like, you know what, this is not where I really want to be. I'm not happy here, or he's not happy. I won't commit. I don't. If you have to beg and pull and pry at somebody to be there, I'm not committing to that. That's not something that I want. If it doesn't come freely, if you're not coming freely, if we're not coming together freely, I'm not going to commit. I don't want to commit. That's my personal reasons why I won't commit. And before we even talk about committing, I won't get involved if you got some ish going on that I just know I'm not dealing with it. I'm not dealing with no dude arguing. You 30 plus and you arguing with your baby mama. You can't see your kids on the weekend. Y'all still got all this toxic stuff. I'm personally not going through that. Here's why. The only time it's some arguing going on is somebody still got some feelings involved. I'm not about to deal with this. She won't let me see my kids. Why you ain't took her to court? Why you ain't took her to court? Why are you not making steps to do so? All that, if you bring in unnecessary drama, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. If we don't have the same amount of crap going on, if your issues up here and mine is down here, it's a no-go. Our drama is unbalanced. We don't have a match.
Not equally yoked in drama.
We're not equally yoked in drama. You right here and I'm right here. My issues low key. Yours, she coming busting out your car.
But sometimes opposites attract.
No, not opposite drama. You're not finna
opposite drama don't attract.
No, listen, I done had enough dead stuff put on my car. I am good. Okay. Understand what I'm saying. I don't need nobody with their baby mamas and baby daddies can't get over. Listen, no. So that's what would keep me from committing. Like if you don't want to be committed, I don't want you to commit. It's just as simple as that. Like I don't want to force you to do something that you don't want to do. So let's just take a step back. Mm-hmm. People don't want to take a step back with that. Why won't you commit? What's something that will prevent you from committing?
If I don't feel anything for that person.
Right.
If I don't feel anything, what's the point? And I'm not going to make them make me, force myself to feel something for someone that is just not there. I can be your friend. I can commit to being in a friendship depending on if I see value in you as, my friend, because everybody you meet does not need to be your friend.
Exactly.
And that's being, whether it's a relationship or just, people you work with or people, a stranger on the street or whatever. Everybody you run into does not need to be your friend. So if I don't see the value in us having a relationship, because I don't see that in you, and I don't see the value in us being friends, I'm gonna just be like, you know what? Now I'm getting into the point of ghosting people. I'd rather ghost you.
Oh no, not the ghost. No.
Yeah.
No. I hate the ghosting.
I used to not do it, but I've had it done to me twice, I think. And I'm like, just say, I'm like this. Just communicate with me. You know what? Right. I'm not feeling this. But now some people or some guys, whatever, just don't do that anymore. So the ghosting things, I'm like, well, you know what? Let me just go ahead and give it back. Maybe I'm just jumping on the wrong.
Yeah, I don't like you whatever, know. I am not. And I've been ghosted before. It's not necessary. Like you don't have to ghost me. I promise you. You can tell me, Jay, I don't want to be with you, and I'm like, okay. It's gonna be okay.
But see,
and that's just gonna be that.
But see, you're different though, because some people you'll get the but why routine. I've gotten that a few times. Like if I decide, this is something I'm just not really trying to do. Well, I don't understand why, but this is something I'm just not trying to do right now.
Right.
But I don't understand why, I've tried this and I've done that or whatever and boo boo boo. Or, I've asked you if you once I get this job or this position, we could be together. Now when you want to be together, I don't want to be together.
Right.
I don't feel you like that. I'm trying to be nice, but I don't.
Right.
So
I just don't, like I said, I'm just like just a no. I will opposed to ghosting. Now I have done this. I am a it's me, it's not you type of person, because I'm just like, my goal, my intention is never to try to dismantle somebody to keep them from being able to successfully move on to another relationship. Like that's not my goal. My intent is not to hurt you, but I need to free myself from the situation. But I'm not trying to prevent you from moving on to whatever could be your true happiness. I'm not trying to prevent that. So I'm just like, whatever it is that you have to do to make you happy, then do that. But I will definitely, I was quick to, it's me, it's not you. And I'm quick to take responsibility for my part in the relationship not working. And again, like I say, maybe sometimes I will take more ownership just to let you be okay. Cause especially if I'm ending it, then I'm already okay. So my goal is to help you be okay with us not being together. And then it's like, okay, after that, listen, why we didn't get married? Listen, you can tell your family whatever you want to tell them. It's me, I'm the sheep for the streets, whatever it is that makes you sleep better. Then my dear, it's whatever. Like, well, why y'all didn't get married? What'd he tell y'all? Then that's what it is. Whatever he said is the reason why we didn't get married, and I'm okay. I'm not gonna come and counteract what you said to your people because it don't matter to me like that. I'm not affected like that. Whatever you had to say to get peace from it, I'm okay with it. But according to an online source, here are a few things that keeps a man from wanting to commit to a woman. The first thing is he's not ready for the responsibility. So while he may really enjoy being with you, maybe he's not at the point where he's ready to, truly be in a relationship or truly be committed in a relationship. He's just not ready. He likes you, but right now is maybe the timing. He's just not ready to commit. Or he feels pressure. Listen, because some of you get them good. Listen, now you start trying to, lock in on them. Listen, you start getting to that year point, that year mark. Baby, don't make it to a year and he ain't saying nothing about being committed, baby. Listen, he walking on thin ice. It's just like, man, is she finna start talking about marriage and all this and that, that may be the point. He feels pressure. He's not interested in the future with you. He likes things the way they are. And please be mindful of this kiss of death statement. Let's just go with the flow. What the see?
Why don't you just go with the flow, Jay?
What is the flow? I don't go. Only flow I know is the one I get once a month. That's the only flow that I go with. Outside of that, I need direction. I need to know where we're going. I'm not going to ask that question too many times. I'm going to just look and see. I'm going to watch and see what it is. And the last one. Now, here's the thing. This is key. This is hurtful, but this is key. And I got to say it because we got to accept it. You are not who he's searching for. You're not the one. You're not the one. You are not the one that he wants to be with. That's just it. You're not the one he wants to make time for. You're not the one he wants to see all the time. You're not the one he wants to talk to all the time. You're not the one that he sees a future with. You're not the one. I know it sounds hard, but the sooner you accept that, like the sooner, it don't take all of that.
But that goes both ways, though.
It does.
And
it truly does.
See, that's why with women, and you feel that this dude is not the one, just don't even waste your time stringing them along.
Don't
just
even
go ahead
fellas,
and nip it off
likewise,
early.
both ways. Like if
Because
you
people are crazy.
or when you see that this person is not the one for you. Like again, we talk about this a lot. We're all busy, but nobody is too busy for who they want.
To be, yeah.
Nobody is too busy for who they want to be. They're going to make time for who it is that they want to be with. So yes, we're all busy, but if you're not the one that they're willing to,
they're not going to make time,
inconvenience themselves for, you're not the one.
When you're the one, this person will inconvenience their sleep for you because you're the one that they want to sacrifice. They will drive tired as all get up. They don't mind staying up late at night, knowing they got to get up early and go to work or whatever. They don't care because they will sacrifice that one thing, for you because you are the one. They don't mind that.
Just to be with you. Even if it's just to talk to you. You guys fall asleep on the phone. Because that's how much they're trying to show you that they're vested in you. But when they give you the I'm working, I got this, I got to feed the dog, I got the train the squirrel, and I got to build the roof and all this and that, you're not the one. Here are some key points that keep women from wanting to commit and reasons why women don't want to commit. She's too independent. She just enjoy doing whatever she want to do. Ain't got to listen to nobody. Ain't got to ask you, worry about who got rocks in their jaws because she wearing this and she going there. She got to worry about it.
When you say independent, men take that as a negative thing. And it's not that she's independent.
She's just doing her.
She's doing her. She's enjoying just doing her because guys have that bachelor mindset that they just enjoy their bachelor life. And she's the same way. She's enjoying her bachelorette life. Like she doesn't have to worry about doing anything or having to focus on anybody else or do anything for anybody else. I can just do my own little thing. When I leave out my house, fine, I can deal with the world. But if I choose not to, then I choose not to. I don't have to get up because you want to get up and go somewhere today.
Right.
I don't have to do that. I don't have to share my side of my bed. I can just put my little tray on my bed like I do at night and my little stuffed animal, and we good to go. I don't have to move my stuff because now you're sleeping over, or now I got to get out of my bed because you want me to come over and spend time with you and sleep in your bed. All that right there, I don't want to do any of that.
Right. And then, again, for her too, she's just like you, just to piggyback on what you just said, E, she's just not ready to be responsible for anybody's feelings. And she wants to live without restrictions. Again, she wants to do whatever it is that she wants to do that's going to make her happy in that moment. Like, so this is why she don't want to commit to you. And sometimes, it's not because you're not a good dude. She's just not ready for all that responsibility. So it's possible women are like that too. We like, okay, listen, I'm just not trying to be responsible. I just want to do what I want to do whenever I want to do without having to be worried about
locked
anything.
Down or anything else. Females feel the same way, guys. Like someone had made mention of ball and chain at work, whatever. And I'm like, females feel that same way too. You a ball and chain as well. We're not that ball and chain. You're a ball and chain as well, because just the stress alone, I have to cater to you and your feelings and your problems. And when you come home from work, I got to listen to all that madness, do all these other stuff around the house, and I've worked too, and so it's just too much madness.
And then finally, you're just not the one. Fellas, I know that you all think that, she wants you and everybody want to commit to you, but fellas, yes, you fall into that category as well. You not the one. She don't want you. And this is even a bad thing for you all, because most women typically want to commit. So you reaching somebody and she don't want to commit to you, that may be a red flag on you, because most women are willing, they looking to lock you down and clank you down. But if she done opens her hand and say, here, y'all can keep this one, world, you can keep him, I ain't ready for him, I don't want him, it may be an issue. So those are some reasons why people don't want to commit. But if you have more, definitely drop them in the feed. Guys, we want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Until next time, you guys. Good night.
Thank you for hitting the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.